It's Eat Local Week here in Sarasota, Florida, and we're honoring it by getting to meet the one, the only, Joel Salatin.
Joel Salatin is an American farmer, lecturer, and author. Salatin's holistic methods of raising livestock, free of harmful chemicals, made him a subject in the award-winning documentary Food, Inc. Salatin is speaking at the Beachhouse on Anna Maria Island, and the three Kitcheneers are getting an exclusive interview. So Joel, this is seriously a long time coming for me, a dream come true to get to meet you. I just want to know, how did you know that your path was the path that you needed to stay on? Because so many other farmers have sold out to what's been happening to the food supply, and you just are not. And how do you do that?
Well, you do it by having deep convictions about something. I believe that there is a righteous way to raise food and an unrighteous way to raise food. And I know, to bring righteousness into it, kind of, a lot of people go, oh, that's pretty far. But no, I think if you have a food system that is hurting the land, hurting people's health, disrespecting the community of beings that's in our stewardship, it's an unrighteous system, and I think somebody's got to say it. So I don't have any problem saying it's an unrighteous system. So then the question is, well, then what does a righteous system look like? A righteous system is one that ultimately heals. It heals. It heals with food that actually heals the bodies of our customers. It heals the earthworm population on the land. It builds soil. It helps the hydrologic cycle of water to be able to stay. It helps raindrops stay where they fall longer. All of those elements are part of healing that happens.
Yeah. So what is something for a consumer who doesn't know a lot about what you're talking about, but feels the passion? What's something that they can do? What advice do you give to
The number
consumers?
one thing that any of us can do is get in our kitchen. You've got, see, the thing that drives factory farming is factory processing, because they want it cheap, because they're putting so much money in processing that they want it cheaper. And so the whole food system now is geared toward shelf life, stabilizers, shipping ability, and what you end up with then is cardboard, hardness, death. Rather than living food. Yeah, living food. The food is dead before it gets to you. And so the thing you do when you get in your kitchen and begin preparing, preserving, and packaging it in your own domestic culinary sphere is suddenly you begin touching living food. You begin touching a whole apple instead of popping open a can of applesauce. You begin touching and working with the texture, the smells, and the nuances of living food. And as soon as that happens, then you realize that Velveeta teas and TV dinners and fast food burgers aren't the way to nourish your body.
Take the middleman out of our eating.
Take the middle guy out, because that's where your red dye 29 and your and all of the MSG and all those unpronounceables. And then you don't have to worry about unpronounceable things. All that read the label. Well, half the labels you can't read. Well, instead of, I just tell people, look, you got to break the supermarket habit. Around all of us, there are great farms. I call them farm treasures. Go on a treasure hunt and find your farm treasures. And as you do that, you'll just become more skilled, not only at culinary arts, but you'll get more skilled at the nuances of this farmer's got really good food, this one doesn't. Because there are some good ones and some bad ones. And so you learn, it's a skill that you develop in a visceral relationship with food.
Do you eat anything that's remotely modified, or what's your take on Monsanto?
Listen, those are two different questions. Look, I would just assume Monsanto, you know, fall into the depths of the sea. All right, I have no love for Monsanto. They're, as far as I'm concerned, they're evil. All right, okay.
They are.
All right. But the other question is, do you eat anything? What? I'm not a. I'm a great guest, and I've learned. You know what?
What a
An ice
great
cream cone
statement.
once in a while is never going to hurt you. You go to a potluck or something, or you go to somebody's house that doesn't get it. You know what? It's not worth causing a scene. That's not going to kill you.
Exactly.
What's going to kill you is guzzling 3 Mountain Dews a day.
Yeah.
That's what will kill you.
Yeah.
Okay. And so I tell people, you know, because a lot of people around me, they get all tense about, oh no, you know, maybe he doesn't.
Scared to feed you.
I would be scared to feed you.
I will be the world's most gracious, happy guest. That's right. You know what? That's fine.
Yeah.
And if you are not on my page, that's fine too.
Yeah.
We're gonna have food is not a place to have a battle every time you sit down.
Yeah,
it's supposed to be.
fun. It brings
It's
people
supposed to be
together.
a place of communion,
Yeah.
not a place of war.
I
We
love
think that you are amazing.
Can we have a group hug?
Please.
Absolutely, sure we can. Okay, here we are. Great. Thank you all. You guys
thank
are
you.
wonderful.
So
You guys are wonderful.